Let's make some homemade pasta. Start by measuring 300 grams of flour. We're gonna use a 00 flour, which is the perfect flour to make pasta. It yields a silky and smooth dough that it's easy to roll out by hand and it's strong but not very elastic. This means that we'll get a nice bite on our pasta. But still, what does this 00 mean? Well, in Italy it is customary to classify the types of flours by 00, 0, 1, 2 and integrale, which is a wholemeal flour. This classification refers to how much bran have been removed, and not as many tend to think that this refers to how finely the flour is ground. 00 flour is the most purified and has the lowest level of bran. Dump the flour onto your work surface and make a crater so we can crack the eggs inside. 3 eggs is what we need. Crack them right to the center. Now using a fork, begin to whisk the eggs together and slowly bring and incorporate the flour until it becomes combined and you can no longer mix it with your fork. From here we are going to use our hands and form it into that shaggy dough ball. If you find that your dough is a little bit dry, then you can add a few little drops of water, don't worry about it. Once the dough has pulled together, we're gonna knead the dough for a good 10 minutes. And in some stage of that 10 minutes of kneading, you might be thinking of why the hell do you need all this when you can just cook some store-bought dry pasta that you have stocks of it anyway? But homemade pasta tastes way much better, and it also contains a lot of love. And now, after 10 minutes that felt like forever, we're gonna cover it in cling film and let it rest for a minimum of 30 minutes. Once the dough and you have rested, divide the dough to 2 or 3 portions just to make it easier to work with. Put the other pieces aside and cover it in cling film so they don't dry out. Generously flour your work surface, your rolling pin and the dough. Flatten the dough by using your hand and start rolling it out until it's nice and thin that you can almost see your hand through it. And try to roll it into an oval or rectangular shape rather than a huge circle. Once the dough has reached the desired level of thickness, sprinkle it with a little more flour and roll it up into a loose flat cylinder. From here, you can trim off the edges and cut it into whatever shape you desire. I'm gonna get and cut it into a nicely wide fettuccine. You don't wanna press the knife, slice it. Unfold these lovely strips of fettuccine and make sure that they are not stick to each other, and if they do, just dust it with a little more flour and there you have it. What's left is to toss it into a large pot of boiling water, cook it for about 3 minutes, combine with your favorite sauce and enjoy the wonderful taste of a homemade pasta made entirely by your hands. And if you want to know how to make a wonderful fettuccine alfredo with mushrooms, sweet potato, chestnuts, then click on the video on the screen right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I see you next time. Bye for now.